Okay, welcome to match 1. We won the die roll. Let's see. That looks like a very keepable hand, so we're gonna keep it. I mean, I wouldn't mind a third land, but sure as hell not gonna mulligan a hand like that. Even though the deck is obviously a lot better if it draws one of its 8 mana creatures, but I think if you have 2 lands and 2 drops, you're not gonna mulligan for your mana dogs. I might not even fetch here, just to increase the chance to draw a land depending on what our opponent's playing. Like if he plays a mountain and turns out to be burn, or like affinity or something, I might fetch, but this most likely is storm, so my life total doesn't matter too much, so I think I'm not gonna fetch. Get that extra draw step with a land more in the deck, since our life total barely ever matters in that matchup. Like if they win, they win, no matter if we have 2 life more or less. Yep, no reward. But still correct to do it. Oh, I have to like turn off the sounds again, keep forgetting that. Kinda like playing with them, but in the video it's kind of annoying for a lot of people, so I turned it off for videos. I personally kind of like the audio feedback on things that are going on, especially when I'm doing other things besides. Kind of makes it easier to keep track of what's happening. Okay, that looks like Grixis Delver, so the 2 life extra might actually end up mattering, but we'll see. Get in for 2 and pass. So wouldn't mind to find that third land eventually. Or at least a mana dog. Although that's kinda likely to get killed now that we know it's Grixis Delver. My voice and my cough are a lot better by now, so there shouldn't be much coughing or sore throat voice involved in this video anymore. Seems like we just can't find lands. But yeah, get in for 3. See if he wants to lose 2 guys, probably not. I mean, it's still looking pretty decent for like being color screwed. Speaking of not cuffing and immediately cuffing after, that's the way to roll. Also, let me put that cam down here. I think that's a bit nicer actually. Looks like some Garmac Angler happening or something. Ah, Tessico. With 1 open. Good that we have the path. Ah, we excuse me. Finally found a land. And I think I like passing here better because then we can keep attacking. And we still have a play. I mean, even if he has a counter here. I'll happily take the 2 tokens. I think we're actually just gonna get in with bows because it's totally fine if he blocks, he just doesn't have good blocks. We deal a damage more, which might end up mattering. I mean, that's totally fine, we get a 4-4, that's pretty good. Yeah, I guess. Not rid of my cuff as much as I wanted to. I guess it gets worse when I talk and I sit around alone at home, not talking to anyone, and coughing a lot less. Hope it's not too bad. So yeah, next turn we can even like consider just cursor to like hit more lands. Or if we find a land, go witness pass, for example. It's a bunch of options. And he is a bit flooded, which is kind of bad for Delver. That's kind of good. So yeah, I think we should be able to redirect the 2 damage to Spellskite to keep our Kasali alive. Yep, I think that should work that way. Nope, it didn't. Alright, it's single target, right? Oh yeah, right. You can't change it because it already is target of the command. So you can't pull that one. Wasn't sure if it works. But yeah, it's kind of like with an electrolyze that's for 1 on 2 targets. Thought it might work because it's like different effects, but it doesn't. Okay. Come on, land from top. I think I kind of actually want to block because once we get rid of Tassigor, he is in kind of a bad shape. No land. Overall, I think that matchup should be pretty good. Like, stack is just too beefy, has too many like annoying creatures for a deck like this. Voice alone is already really annoying for that deck. Ooh, another fatty. And still no land on top. That is a bit disappointing. I guess time to get back path. Let's see what he does. That's fine. So he has a sword score in hand and unknown card. I guess if there's a land underneath the company, we are in solid shape. Like an untapped one. But I think all of the lands are untapped in one way or another. I think we have to block here. Got lightning bolt and stuff, and I can't really afford to gank block because we really need that Corsair alive. I think jumping with the voice is probably the best option. This is so frustrating. At least we got rid of his card advantage engine. Should be slowly able to pull out of this game. As long as the Corsair stays alive and we can like block the Garmac angle next turn with the elemental token and the witness. Now we can actually even consider blocking with elemental and Corsair. So then he can only kill one. Like if he has a bolt he can kill both, but that's okay. Now that we have 4 mana for company and stuff. Maybe should have considered attacking with one of the 2 small creatures. Come on, give me a land. Really? Well, at least the pass is pretty good. It's a bit awkward though with the company in hand, but I mean, we have plays that don't involve company, so I guess we just play the knight. So I guess we kind of just attack with this token to make him jump. I mean, at worst we can just jump with a witness if we really want to. Or like double block with witness and knight. Or something similar. All in all, it's not looking particularly great for him. He's gonna take the company. Or nothing. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, he basically needs like bolt and something else. I guess we can try and like find a land that way. So can actually gain extra life with a ghost quarter potentially. Can also just get a township to try and win. Township would make us not win, so we might as well get like a Windswept Teeth. Misty Rainforest. And then basically company to see what we get. He has Remand, so I guess I'll just pass his flyer so we don't get burned out. Might actually not even attack this turn. Although I think we can on 6 life. I mean it eats a creature either way. And you can just jump and block. Yep. He accepted defeat. Let's see what we're gonna sideboard here. I mean, Dispel is probably sweet. Forge Tender. I mean, Surgical is probably not worth it. Negate, probably not either. Linvala might be kind of nice, but doesn't really do that much. Surgical for just for Snapcaster is not worth it usually. It's only good against decks that basically that it stops from winning or like even lose the game if you cast that card. Just trading it for like the trigger of a Snapcaster mage is kind of bad. So Needle doesn't do anything either. But this guy and this card seem kind of nice here. This is a lot better card against Snapcaster Mage. I think Kasali is not that exciting. Might actually just cut 2 Kasalis. I think 2 Kasalis seems fine. Not sure if Negate is needed or not, but not sure. Cutting Kasali could backfire if they bring in Blood Moon, but since they are Grixis the chance is lower and we have the mana dudes and 6 basics and 8 fetches, so if we see Blood Moon in game 2 we might bring both Kasalis back in and consider Negate. But we probably wouldn't even need Negate. This hand is alright. It's again a bit slow, but we have the Forged Hander early against Swift Spears if they run those. I think they don't. And against Young Pyromancer to help out a bit, and we can still draw into like one of our 8 birds slash Hyrax. We have 2 fetch lands to make the knights 4/4. So I guess I'll just go for basic planes. So we can potentially fetch tapped Breeding Pool next turn. And we have the combo for turn 4, which is also sweet. With double knight, so he needs like 2 removal for the knights to stop the combo. And we also have company. So I guess since we have nothing else to do, we just get in for one. And pretend we got something going on. What did he show? Right, flipped Pillar of Flame. Not bad, but not good enough for our knights. Can easily attack here if he feels like trading. That's good for us because Delver could get really annoying for us. Plus this only dies to like spot removal that Forged Hander doesn't stop anyway. I feel like the sideboard could maybe use some more removal. Against stuff like Delver, we might really want some early removal to not get run over. Because we might just end up losing the game to those 2 fast Delvers. Because we were a little slow and have no way of stopping them. Deck's a bit soft to flyers. At least the second Delver didn't flip. I think it was kind of bad of him to fetch end of turn. At least the Forged Hander like protects us while comboing to not get burned out. So that he can't bolt us when we combo. Let's see if he has a way to stop the knight. Yep. It's kind of good for us that he shows it to us right away. So that we at least know that we play another one. It's kind of interesting. I think we still just play the knight because there's not many relevant hits here. So yeah, I think we just play another knight. interesting. I mean, trading with this likely does about the same as soaking up a lightning bolt. Maybe better. Also makes us have less extra triggers to tap blockers if it doesn't flip. Plus if it flips, we already have to sack this to Pillar of Flame. So if he doesn't decide to Pillar now, and doesn't have a bolt, we have more life to work with than if we wouldn't have offered a trade. And every damage we get in also makes us needing to combo less. Tap that guy. Let's see if he has another Terminate. Looking good so far. And yeah, we actually have quite a lot of lands to work with. We might even have enough to company in the end. We also have fetch land to tap a Snapcaster Mage. Guess he decided that he has no chance anymore and randomly scooped. Alright, that was a pretty convincing first win. See you for the second match.